What is going on, everyone? My name's Boy, and I am back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the left side of the map in the blue color, playing as Thor. His name is Shelty. Yes, Shelty. That's him. His opponent today in the red color, playing as Zeus. His name is Player. The map is Tundra. It's currently 1-0 for Player in this best of 3. That's 3 potential games we have in this series. That is if Shelty can take this game. He is deciding to go in with his Thor. This man is either a madman or just ridiculously good at the game. Because everybody says that this matchup is simply just Zeus is so oppressive. How does Thor beat Zeus? And let me say the answer here, right now. Let's check this thing out. Everybody, say it with me. Don't use this in the archaic age. That's the secret. Gives you a much better chance of winning the game against Zeus because you've got an extra 1,000 gold in the classical age. And if you can hold on to it into the heroic age, you get 3,000 extra gold. Sorry, strike that. We've got a sale on today. We're going crazy. You get 1,500 gold in the classical age if you hold on to it. We're insane. Everything must go. Except not your gold because you've got 1,500 more of it. Unlike Player who's got a restoration and a bolt, the bolt kind of only does 200 damage. And it's, yeah, that's going to be it for the bolt. So would you rather 200 resource damage god power or 1,500 worth of gold? I think I know the answer, and I think you do too. Thor tier 1 god confirmed here on Twitch TV, and that's the life here. We've got relics on the map. We've got the Trios bow +2 archer, ballista, and Cairo ballista range. Actually, a ridiculously good relic. This relic is a must grab for the Greek players because it's going to allow those Toxotes to kill off the enemy throwing axemen for even further away, which is huge. We also have boots of kick everything. Ooh, is this a 4-SETI game here for I Bring Life? Getting out those Loki style of Hersa? Maybe. This relic here, if Player decides If Shelty goes 4-SETI, if he spotted that relic, which he did, and decides to go 4-SETI, and Player decides to go for Hermes, ooh, this is going to be a difficult game for Player, because if you remember back to the Ulysses game against, I want to say Grand Monster, it was an Odin, Zeus versus Odin game. Maybe it was against, no, not Grand Monster, maybe it was against Odin King. I can't remember, but he went for centaur hoplites and did like a sort of Athena-style centaur hoplite thing, obviously without restoration, but the centaur do a lot of damage to pick off a lot of the units, and it's very oppressive. If you've got those Fall of Thanes Hersa with the plus 10% move speed, man, those Hersa ain't doing damage. You're going to be able to chase those down. Now, I love this here from Shelty. He's sneaking over into this corner, eating the hunt in the corner of the map. He's saved Orok in his home base here. So that's going to be huge. We see the temple coming up now for Shelty as well. And that's great. And we'll see what Player's going to be doing. The Kadoskopos, let's see what he scouted. He actually hasn't scouted much of Shelty's base at all. So he may be going for some sort of, basically he's blind here. So we'll see what he's going to choose to do because he doesn't know where the gold mine is. He doesn't know what he should try and do. We see Freya is the god of choice for Shelty, which is sad. He's not going for just the style points in the tournament where he's down 0-1. So fair enough. Freya definitely is a thing. And we'll see how he's going to use it. He's got a 50 wood he can kill here. He's got 50 wood he can kill here. Feeling fancy fresh. Or he can hold on to it and potentially get a surround on some random Athena units here. And we do see Athena as a god of choice for play. Doesn't mean he's Athena rushing. Yes, it does. Only 3 villages on gold. So the thing with Athena against Thor that I think is maybe a little bit under-investigated here is that you don't have to win the game in the classical age. The idea behind one town center Athena play is that you force your opponent into difficult situation and you don't have to kill him. If things don't go really well for you, you don't have to kill him. You can pull back, defend the raids, and get Hera, and then go for the kill a little bit later. Especially with the Medusas and Bellerophon to help follow up. We've got these longhouses coming up now for Shelty, throwing them nicely to protect his base. I sort of don't like this longhouse because it's easy to kill, basically. You chuck a wall here and the longhouse back, and then you won't have to kill it anyways. It's a little bit less armor than the wall, so it dies a little bit faster, but it has a double HP. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Now the Minotaur moving forward, going to be searching for this food. It looks like player already knows that that's where Shelty's going to be hunting from, but Shelty's just going to try and get as much food from this as possible and then just move into his base, be very calm, make his raiding cavalry, and play defensive. He can get up watchtowers and feel very, very fine to defend. Looks like the Minotaur not quite made it over here yet. He should know it's there. I'm pretty sure he saw it. Valkyrie in the base, and this is a new innovation from the Zeus players, or at least it should be a new innovation. People haven't really been doing it that much. But what you don't want to do is you don't want to bolt this Valkyrie. You want to save the bolt for a Frost Giant. We see a little bit of a housing issue here, housing crisis in players' base here. But you want to save the bolt so you can bolt a Frost Giant instead of the Valkyrie, which then in turn means that you've got to be active with the Valkyrie as a Thor player in order to get some harass. So you have to leave the Jason at home in order to defend it and other things. Look at this. Sneaky, sneaky Shelty. Finish this. Come over here. Minotaur not attacking this location. Shelty getting tons of hunt here. Basically getting whatever he wants in this game to be his. Now we see the raid coming over onto this side. We've got those units popping out. 4-player is almost... He's got plenty of units here to defend this food. And the wall's not quite up all the way. Not quite what you want. We see another archery range coming out for 4-player. Nice snipes here from Shelty. This is what Shelty has been doing so ridiculously well with Thor. And this is exactly what you need to do. In these fights, the raiding cavalry don't win the long fight. But if you go after those Toxotes and keep the Toxote numbers down, that's going to allow you to make those throwing axemen and not have them get sniped. And be really, really happy about it. So Shelty really, really good at picking off those straggler units. We see the Odysseus and the Minotaur just searching around the map. But the villagers over here just happily gathering Aurochs. And Shelty's so confident here that it looks as if he's going for a town center. It looks as if he's going for this town center, but no, he's going for Skadi. So Skadi and then the town center. This is such clean play by Shelty. Absolutely clean. And player, he's kind of going to be struggling here. You have to wonder. We just see the Valkyrie, the raiding cavalry trying to take down this house. The Odysseus coming over here, and the Valkyrie pulling back. And basically, Shelty's got everything he needs here. He's got this gold mine's going to expire roughly when the Skadi comes in. He can move over onto this straggler tree and can cast the gold mine in his base and be very happy about that. He's going to have this town center up at some point. We see another longhouse coming down for Shelty. He's not actually going for an immediate hill fort. A little bit concerned about that. But the thing about this gold mine is it means you don't have to put a hill fort out in the middle of the map. And if you don't, you just don't put the hill fort there, then the restoration push after the frost is not going to do anything. So you can just get that out. There's the Skadi. Copper Weapons of Thor coming through for Shelty. And Shelty just spreading out in his base. He's still building those throwing axemen. He's looks like he's moving forward with the dwarves, but over onto this gold mine, which I guess is completely fine here, as a start. But you get a lot more gold by staying on the dwarven gold mine for sure. I thought that's why he did that timing, but looks like he's just going to come over here onto the gold mine. It's still completely safe until he gets pushed off it, and then he can put the dwarven mine down. And again, he doesn't have to put a hill fort out here. We'll see what he's going to choose to do. It looks like He's gearing up to put something out here, but it's not happening just yet. Player going through Dionysus now. He's cut units. He's made this many units here, just a bunch. So he's maybe going for the Hera timing. It looks as though that's potentially what's the go here. We've got the raiding cavalry looking for some raids, obviously, as that's what they're titled to do. We could see him open this up with a forest fire if he wants. Open this up with a forest fire. Hit a forest fire onto this and open this up in order to raid through the main base of player. But Dionysus coming through. We see Olympic Parentage coming out as well in order to deal with those Frost Giants, obviously. And now the Frost Giants coming over onto this location to hit this hunt. But that's almost finished over there. We do see a Forest Fire coming in to open this location up. That's going to force the Toxotes to step back just a little bit. And there's the Dionysus player with a lot of resources in the back. He does have one Hydra. We see the Military Academy going up. No market just yet, as we're seeing some units push in onto this location, as it's looking as though Shelty 105 pop, player less pop 82. Villagers retreating away, and they're not going to be able. Oh, there is a gate over here, so he's going to be making a dart for that. But the raiding cavalry coming in to block these units in. Really, really nice play from Shelty to get that one. Imagine if he had forest fire here though. He's got to have to throw it in. I have to throw it in. Throwing Axeman, targeting down these units. You have to cast Restoration here, surely. No Restoration, holding onto it. The raiding cavalry is tearing down all of these units here. There is a Hydra. That's going to do max damage onto these units. Bronze coming down super late. Only has these Toxotes to remain. There's the Frost here from Shelty. He's going to be taking these units out, and players 68 of 115 pop to players. Sorry, Shelty's 112 population to players 64 population. Absolutely destroying Shelty right now. This gold mine about to run out of gold as well. This is kind of the only gold mine he can go to as well, and I believe Shelty has spotted that. He knows that this gold mine's here. He knows where everything is. Spotted the entire map. We see the raiding cavalry coming in onto this location, hitting those Hapaspis that are popping out. Hapaspis are too early here because there's still so many raiding cavalry. The Hydra trying to go down to these units that are targeting it with the help of the Herser that will be able to kill it when it's unfreezes from the frost. Heracles coming through with Jason and everything else. We see those units getting absolutely demolished here. As a Restoration coming through for player. There's no units here though. You can just keep fighting this if you want, or just retreat, I guess. We are seeing the Hydra about to fall. This Herser trying to follow it, but really not doing that good of a job. But the Hydra will be falling. Another Minotaur is out. This Heracles tanking like a absolute beast here. But surely Shelty should be making those Frost Giants now. He is making those Frost Giants. We see Jason going down fairly soon as well. There's heavy cavalry as well. And it's looking like player may have cleaned up a lot of these units here. He's able to have held on to this push with the use of the bronze here, but Shelty's just so far in front on the economy. 39 villages to players 26 villages, that the follow-up units, the units that are flooding in here, just able to clean everything else up when it looked like player was starting to stabilize in this fight. Heavy raiders and all of those units flooding in just do so much for Shelty. And what can player do? He's onto this gold mine now. 7 villages up there in order to keep this game going. The Raiders going to be moving back, moving up around, and trying to hit that location. More units flooding in. We've got the Frost Giant here for Shelty, and he's going to be seeing what he can do. He can come in and easily kill the Minotaur. The Raiders and the Hoplites may have spotted, well, the Raiders wouldn't have spotted the Hoplites, but maybe the Hoplites spotted him. They do spot them, and the Raider's going to come in, and he should probably delete the storehouse or something. We see the villagers moving over here. Maybe Shelty notices the polar bear here, and player does end up tapping out in the 13th minute here. Shelty just executing to perfection here. I do honestly believe that with this sort of build from player, the best bet that you have is to go forward. He had to push off this hunt, letting Shelty grab all of this hunt in the corner was so huge for him because he still had the 800 or more food in his base as well. So getting 800 food here plus the 800 food over here from those 4 Aurochs allowed him to get such a crazy good heroic timing. And because player was built in his home base, he can't push in fast. Well, he should have just sent his Minotaur and Odysseus over here. But anyways, he can't really slow Shelty down. And then once Shelty hits the heroic age, what do you do? Unless you're going to be trying to just sit in your base and get Mythic Age here and hope that you can win from that timing push. I don't know what you can do. The Bronze tried to counter the Frost, but still the Frost got super value. The Restoration came in and almost helped player back in, but he was so low on villages for whatever reason. The farms were not out either. These Aurochs in the corner of the map not getting hunted from, so much food not getting grabbed, and we see Shelty still hunting as he started the farms. Just really, really clinical game here from Shelty, just demonstrating the power of Thor in 5.0. If you guys enjoyed this game, please consider hitting the follow button on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTubes, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys next time.